The rifle barrel caught the fluorescent light for exactly half a second. That was all Lena needed. Her hand moved before her brain caught up. Thumb tucked against palm. 2 quick taps against her apron. The old signal her father drilled into her bones before he vanished into nothing. Marcus Veyne's eyes snapped to her hand. Then to the window. The suppressed shot cracked like a branch breaking. Marcus flipped the booth table sideways, yanking Lena down so hard her shoulders slammed concrete. Coffee exploded across the checkered floor. Screaming erupted from the corner booth. His enforcers, Iris and Damon, had their weapons out before the second shot punched through the napkin dispenser. "Stay down," Marcus growled into her ear, his weight crushing her against the cold tile. Glass shattered. Metal screamed. Then tires screeched outside and the world went silent except for Lena's hammering pulse. Marcus pulled back, scanning her face with those dead shark eyes everyone in Ravenport feared. "Where did you learn that signal?" Lena's hands shook. "My father." "Your father?" Marcus stood, brushing glass from his jacket like he hadn't almost died. "Damon. Bring her." "Wait, what?" "No, I didn't." But Damon's hand locked around her bicep, iron tight. "You just saved my life," Marcus said, straightening his cuffs. "That means you're either very smart or very stupid. Either way, you're coming with me until I know which." The armored car smelled like leather and gun oil. Lena sat across from Marcus, Iris beside her with a hand resting too casually near her holster. The city lights streaked past the tinted windows. Marcus scrolled through a tablet. Lena Cruz. 21. Foster system until 18. Community college, struggling. 3 jobs in 2 years. 42,000 in student debt. No criminal record. No known associations. "You ran a background check in 5 minutes?" "I run background checks before someone breathes near me." He set the tablet down. "Tell me about your father." Lena's throat tightened. "Rafael Cruz. Construction worker. Disappeared when I was 12. Police said he probably skipped town." "I know he didn't." "Why?" "Because he wouldn't leave me." The words came out harder than she meant. "He taught me things. Survival things. Hand signals. How to read a room. How to know when someone's about to do something stupid." She met his eyes. "Like walk into a diner about to become a crime scene." Marcus leaned forward. "Those signals aren't construction worker knowledge." "I know." "Then you know you're not going home tonight." The estate looked like a fortress had a baby with a museum. Stone walls, armed guards, cameras everywhere. Lena's room was bigger than her entire apartment, but the lock clicked from the outside. Damon stood in the doorway. "Don't touch anything expensive. Don't try the windows. Don't make me come back here. I need my school stuff. I have an exam." "You had an exam." He started to close the door. "Wait." Lena's voice cracked. "Please. I can't fail this semester. I can't afford to retake the class." Something flickered across his scarred face. "I'll ask." The door locked. Lena sank onto the bed, hands in her hair. 12 hours ago her biggest problem was a broken water heater. Now she was trapped in a crime lord's mansion because her dead father taught her spy signals she didn't understand. She didn't sleep. Just stared at the ceiling until dawn bled through the curtains. Morning brought a knock. A woman entered, sharp-featured and expensive-looking, carrying Lena's backpack. "I'm Celeste Navarro. Political consultant. Occasional guest." She dropped the bag like it might bite. "Marcus wants you comfortable." "I think it's a mistake." "Join the club." Lena grabbed the bag, checking her laptop. Still there. Celeste's smile was all edges. "You don't belong here. Whatever you think you did, whatever you think you are to him, you're a liability. Liabilities get cleaned up." The door closed. Lena's hands shook again. That night the lights died. Every lamp, every hall fixture, every security panel went black. Emergency reds kicked in, bathing everything in bloodlight. Lena heard the shouting first. Then gunfire. She pressed against the door. But, of course locked. The window? 3rd floor, stone courtyard below. The gunfire got closer. Footsteps in the hall. The door exploded inward. A man in tactical gear swept the room, rifle up. Saw her. Lena grabbed the desk lamp, ripped the cord free, and swung it like her life was the ball. The base caught his temple. He staggered. He kicked his knee, Dad's voice in her head, always the joints, and he went down. She grabbed the rifle, didn't know how to use it, threw it out the window instead. 2 more came through the door. She grabbed the desk chair, hurled it. Bought 2 seconds. Dove behind the bed. 1 circled left. She grabbed the broken lamp cord, waited, whipped it at his face. He flinched. She ran. Straight into Marcus in the hallway. He had blood on his collar and death in his eyes. He shot past her twice. Both men dropped. You okay? He checked her for wounds, hands quick and clinical. No. I don't know. Lena's whole body shook. What's happening? Betrayal. He pulled her toward the stairs. Someone cut our power. Someone inside. They found Celeste in the security room, deleting files. She looked up, frozen. Then lunged for a gun on the console. Iris was faster. Celeste hit the floor, hands zip-tied behind her back. Marcus crouched beside her. Who did you sell me to? Helena Voss. Celeste spat blood. She knows about the girl. She knows what Lena Cruz stole. You're dead, Marcus. You just don't know it yet. Lena's blood turned to ice. What did my father steal? Marcus looked at her for a long moment. Then said one word. Everything. If you're hooked, hit that subscribe button. This story only gets darker. The safe house sat on a cliff overlooking Blackwater. Harbor glass, they called it. Marcus said it was off every grid that mattered. Lena couldn't sleep. She searched the rooms while Marcus made calls in the main area, his voice low and dangerous. The bedroom had been used recently. Men's clothes, tactical gear, old coffee cups. She found the journal in the heating vent. Her father's handwriting. Her father's name on the inside cover. Her father's words. If you're reading this, I'm either dead or gone. Lena, if it's you, run. Don't trust the syndicates. Don't trust the cops. I took something that could burn this city down. I hid it because people like Marcus Veyne, like Helena Voss, like all of them, they're built on bodies and lies. The ledger proves it. Names, dates, murders, money. 40 years of evidence. I couldn't let it disappear. The pages shook in her hands. I'm sorry I left you. I'm sorry I taught you to survive in this world instead of keeping you safe from it. But if you have this journal, you have the key. Literally. Check the silver chain. Lena felt her neck. The chain she'd worn since she was 12, since the morning Dad didn't come home. She'd thought it was just a keepsake. She pulled it off. The pendant unscrewed. Inside, a tiny USB drive. Lena. Marcus stood in the doorway. His eyes went to the journal, to the chain, to her face. He was one of us, she whispered. Wasn't he? Marcus stepped closer. Lena Cruz was a cleaner. Best in the business. He knew where everybody was buried because he buried half of them. Then one day he found the ledger. Stolen from an old guard syndicate family. Instead of selling it, he copied it. Started adding to it. Every job he did, he documented. Then he vanished. With me. With you. Marcus sat on the edge of the bed. Helena Voss wants that ledger. So does every family in this city. It's mutually assured destruction in digital form. Thunder rolled outside. Rain hammered the windows. The attacks, Lena said slowly. They're not about you. They're about me. They're about what you can prove. Lena laughed, hollow and broken. I'm a waitress. I was studying marketing. I don't even know how to fire a gun. You took down an armed intruder with a lamp. That was panic. That was training. Marcus's voice softened. Your father didn't raise you to be helpless. He raised you to survive this exact moment. The storm pressed against the glass. Lena met his eyes. For the first time, she didn't see the crime lord. She saw a man who'd been playing this game since before she was born, and he was tired. If I give them the ledger, she asked, does this end? If you give them the ledger, you're dead in a week. It's the only thing keeping you valuable. So I'm trapped. So you're powerful. Marcus stood. The question is what you do with it. The moment stretched. The rain. The dark. The weight of dead men's secrets pressing down. Lena closed the distance between them. Kissed him. Hard and desperate and human. He kissed back like a man drowning. Then his phone buzzed. Marcus pulled back, checked it, and his face went stone. They found us. We have 3 minutes. The car chase was a blur of rain and headlights and Marcus's hands white-knuckle on the wheel. 2 black SUVs behind them, closing fast. The marina's 2 miles, he shouted over the engine scream. Boats fueled and ready. What about you? I'll slow them down. Marcus. The first SUV rammed them from behind. Lena's head snapped forward. Marcus jerked the wheel, fishtailed, recovered. There's a gun in the glove box, he said. You remember what I showed you? I remember. She grabbed it. Hands shaking. Safety off. The second SUV pulled alongside. Window down. Man with a rifle. Leaned. Fired. Fired again. The SUV's tire exploded. It spun out, crashed into a guardrail. Good, Marcus said. Now hold on. He cranked the wheel hard. They skidded into the marina parking lot. The remaining SUV followed. Marcus stopped the car, grabbed a shotgun from under his seat. Run, he told her. Dock 7. White speedboat. Keys in it. I'm not leaving you. Yes, you are. He shoved something into her hand. A key. Different from the boat key. Older. That opens a storage unit. Address is on the tag. Everything you need is inside. Finish what he started. Gunfire erupted. Marcus kicked open his door, returned fire. Lena ran. Behind her more shots. Shouting. An explosion. She didn't look back. Couldn't look back. Dock 7. White boat. Key in the ignition. She fired it up, hands clumsy, pulled away from the dock as men in tactical gear flooded the marina. A bullet pinged off the hull. Another. Then she was out of range, the boat screaming across black water, and Marcus was somewhere behind her, bleeding or dead, and she was alone with her father's ghost and a USB drive full of murder. Drop a like if this story is breaking your heart, because it's about to get worse. The storage unit was in an industrial area that smelled like rust and regret. Unit 247. The key fit. Inside. Computers, monitors, hard drives, a printer, and enough weapons to start a small war. Lena plugged in the USB. The ledger was worse than she'd imagined. Decades of names. Politicians, cops, judges, business owners. Payments. Blackmail. Dates that lined up with unsolved murders. Photos that would end careers and lives. Her father's notes were meticulous. Clinical. The handwriting of a man documenting his own damnation. She printed it all. Every page. Then she burned copies to 3 more drives. Insurance. Then she called Damon. Lena. He sounded shocked she was alive. Where are you? Is Marcus alive? The pause. They took him. Helena has him at the council chamber. She's calling a full syndicate meeting. She's going to execute him and divide his territory. When? Tonight. 8 o'clock. Another pause. There's nothing you can do. You need to run. Text me the address. Lena. Text me the goddamn address, Damon. The council chamber was downtown, disguised as a law office. Lena arrived at 7:45 in a white suit she'd bought at a thrift shop, hair pulled back, the ledger copies in a leather bag. Iris and 3 of Marcus's enforcers met her outside. You're insane, Iris said. Probably. Lena checked her reflection in a car window. She looked like a ghost. Felt like one too. But I'm also Rafael Cruz's daughter. That name still means something in there, doesn't it? Iris's jaw tightened. It means they'll probably listen before they kill you. Good enough. The doors opened at exactly 8. 23 syndicate leaders sat around a black table. Marcus knelt in the center, hands bound, face swollen with bruises. Helena Voss sat at the head, 50 and sharp as a knife. Every head turned when Lena entered. Helena smiled. The waitress. How theatrical. Lena walked straight to the center of the room. Set the bag on the table. My name is Lena Cruz. My father was Rafael Cruz. I have the ledger. The room erupted. Shouting. Chairs scraping. Hands moving toward weapons. Helena raised one hand. Silence fell. Interesting. Prove it. Lena pulled out a page. Slid it across the table. That's you, 16 years ago. 300,000 to Judge Morrow. 2 days later, the Martinez case disappeared. Martinez's family disappeared too. Found in the river. Helena's smile died. Lena pulled out another page. Slid it to a man in a gray suit. That's you buying city council votes. That's you ordering a hospital fire. That's you with the mayor's missing daughter. One by one, she dealt evidence like cards. Each leader's face went pale or red or stone. I have 40 years of this, Lena said quietly. Every family in this room. Every crime you thought was buried. My father documented everything. And I've already uploaded copies to 3 separate law firms with instructions to release if anything happens to me or Marcus. You're bluffing, someone said. Try me. Lena's voice didn't shake. I'm a 21-year-old waitress with 42,000 in debt and nothing left to lose. How about you? Helena stood slowly. You think you can just walk in here and threaten us? I think I already did. Lena met her eyes. My father spent 15 years collecting this evidence. He knew what you all were. He knew what Marcus is. He raised me to understand one thing. The only power that matters is the power to destroy. So here's the deal. You let Marcus go. You leave us alone. You keep doing business, but from now on, it's under my rules. No kids. No civilians. No unnecessary blood. Or what? Helena's hand moved toward her jacket. Lena's hand moved too. The same signal. Thumb tucked. 2 taps. The window exploded. Helena's chest blossomed red. She collapsed, gasping, eyes wide with shock. Lena didn't flinch. She looked at the remaining leaders. My father taught me more than signals. He taught me contingencies. I have 3 snipers outside. Each one with a clean shot at this table. Each one waiting for my signal. The room was death silent. So, Lena said, who wants to negotiate? If you've made it this far, comment what you do with that ledger. And subscribe because the ending will haunt you. They freed Marcus. He stood beside Lena, blood dripping from his split lip, and he looked at her like she was something holy and terrible. The syndicate leaders voted. 19-3. Conditional peace. Lena's terms. Marcus's territory intact. The ledger in her control. Outside, the city lights glittered like a promise and a threat. Your father would be proud, Marcus said. Or horrified. Maybe both. Lena stared at her reflection in the car window. White suit stained with someone else's blood. Eyes that had seen too much in 3 days. I can't go back to the diner. No. Marcus touched her shoulder. Gentle. Almost careful. But you could run this city. I'm not you. No. You're worse. He smiled, broken and real. You have a conscience. That makes you dangerous. They drove through Ravenport as dawn touched the buildings. Somewhere, her father's ghost was watching. Somewhere, the ledger was burning in servers and safe deposit boxes, insurance against the dark. Lena Cruz, waitress, student, survivor, now held the city's throat in her careful hands. And the signal that saved a life had reshaped everything. 3 months later, Marcus proposed a partnership. Legitimate fronts, clean money, the syndicate slowly shifting toward legal operations. Lena agreed on one condition, full transparency. Full documentation. She'd learned from her father's mistakes. The city changed. Slowly. Violence dropped. Certain businesses closed. Others opened. Rumors spread about the girl who walked into a council meeting and walked out with an empire. Lena still went to school. Still carried her father's chain. Still remembered the weight of that rifle barrel catching light in a diner window. Some nights, she dreamed of her father. He never spoke, just watched her with sad, proud eyes. She'd wake up and check the ledger backups. All 3. Every time. The hand signal stayed with her. Thumb tucked. 2 taps. A language of violence and survival and love passed down from a man who knew he wouldn't live to see his daughter grown. But he'd prepared her anyway. And in a city built on blood and money and secrets, that preparation was the only inheritance that mattered. The white suit hung in her closet. She never wore it again. Didn't need to. The message was sent. The game was changed. And Lena Cruz, burned-out waitress turned crime lord's conscience, learned what her father knew all along. Power isn't about violence. It's about knowing exactly when to signal. Exactly when to strike. Exactly when to walk into the fire and make it burn for you instead. She stood on Marcus's balcony one night, city spread below like a chessboard. He joined her, 2 glasses of whiskey. Regrets? He asked. Lena thought about it. The diner. The signal. The blood. The ledger. The choice that split her life into before and after. Ask me in 10 years. They drank to that. To stolen legacies and impossible choices and the quiet moments that detonate everything. The city lights blinked and hummed. Somewhere, a girl worked a late shift at a diner. Somewhere, a father vanished to protect his daughter. Somewhere, a signal passed between hands that understood. And the story, like all crime stories, promised only one truth: survive long enough, and you become the thing you feared. Or you become the thing that's feared. Lena was still deciding which. Thanks for watching. If this story grabbed you by the throat and didn't let go, subscribe for more like it. Comment below what you do with that kind of power. And remember, the quietest signals make the loudest noise. Until next time.